So something was going around months ago, and somehow it came across my computer screen again today. The body image parable, especially for a woman, and the response to the banner at a gym. Would you rather be a whale or a mermaid? Which in and of itself is a ridiculous and insulting thing for me to see when I come to the gym. But the response was disturbing to me as well. Because the response went on and on about how whales have a great sex life, mermaids would have personality issues. But I mean, really, at the end, when it came to all of it, it is like my life experience is what has made me big. And I don't think of it as fat. I think of it as me cultivating, awesomeness and whatnot. And all these women were like, yeah. And I'm like, well, great job. You just enabled a whole bunch of women who are not happy with their health, and it's not because just the way they look, which is the problem with the thing. It's they want to be more healthy. They want to live longer for their children, and a response like that to me enables them. I think the appropriate response, if I was a woman, if somebody said, "Would you rather be a male or a mermaid?" I'd be like, "Fuck you! Can't I just be me?" Sunday morning to you, YouTube land. It's 2 weeks into this journey, this mini multi. Snapshot of a journey of the last 28 days prior to me turning 40 years old, and I've actually made a couple changes. You know how I have everything. So the reason why my health and life journey has been so successful is pretty much everything is accounted for. Everything I do is part of the grand design, and I just in midstream decided to switch things up because if you recall, I decided I was going to do my 3-a-days, but my morning workout was just going to be a couple sets of something down here. Well, I put on something that I had kind of sitting aside for a while, and I started playing with it last week, but this week I got into the 60-day strength program of UFC Connect, and my God, is it kicking my butt, but it's making my morning workout, instead of being just a few sets of push-ups, dips, or whatever, an actual like hour workout, and it's working all parts of my body, and my strength training has, I think, like tripled. So from that standpoint, that is cool. It was also humbling because there's a bunch of exercises. I'm sitting here thinking I am in great shape. I'm like in the best shape of my life, and it's making me do exercises. I can't even hardly do any of them. So hopefully it's nuts. But in any case, it's also fun, and I'm having a lot more energy throughout the day. This week has been weird. I've also kind of revamped my budget. I should say I'm kind of adding this more as a life challenge because, me spending the last month moving, buying furniture, buying appliances, getting things in order, all this stuff, I've pretty much just waxed out all of my savings. And so I kind of redid my budget. And one thing that's exciting to me is on the smartphones that we have so many different apps to track our food. And I personally use MyFitnessPal. Because it syncs with Fitbit so well. But there's some really great apps out there that track your expenses. And when you actually, every time you buy something or you go shopping and you actually enter in what you bought, you categorize it, all that stuff, you're really, really conscious about what you just spent throughout the day. So I bought my first Sunday paper in a long time for nothing more than to pull out the coupons and clip them out. I'm excited. I'm economizing. I'm becoming a responsible adult, I suppose. But also my calorie shifting. I kind of adjusted what day I do it on just to keep the metabolism guessing. So I actually did my mega massive carb day a lot closer to weigh-in days, so I believe my body is probably retaining. I do a low-carb lifestyle, and typically a regular day for me is about 50 to 70 carbs. On my calorie shifting day, I can have upwards of 300 carbs, and low carb is a very natural diuretic. So typically after I have a massive carb day, my body retains a lot more water. So when I got on the scale this morning, I don't know how to feel about it. I weighed 194. Where I was somewhere in the 192s last 2 weeks ago. Part of me thinks, well, I've been doing a lot of strength training. Who knows what that has to do with it? But also the amount of carbs that I had just on Wednesday. How much water my body is continually retaining. I'm going to keep this pattern going, so we'll see where I'm at this next week. Although it is Passover on Friday, which is it is, you know, tradition. I have to drink a lot of wine that night. It's like in the whole ceremony, prayer, whatever the service you should say. It's early. I can't think of the words I want to say. So we'll see how that affects me next week. I do plan on eating well, but no, really, you are supposed to drink 4 full glasses of wine, and I will keep it to just the 4 full glasses of wine. That is a Passover. If you don't believe me, look it up. I am Jewish. Passover is probably one of the most the holiday I take the most seriously. So I just want to leave you with that. So moving on to next week, I'm going to continue week 2. I looked ahead at what the UFC Connect has me, and it progressively is getting longer, harder. Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to being challenged because honestly, over the last 5 months, I've done wonders with my body, but I have needed something new. I haven't had a personal trainer, so I've been just kind of doing my own thing, and the UFC trainer has really kind of revamped my energy towards strength training because it has become rather routine, and that's kind of awesome. So hope everybody else had a good week. Look forward to, 2 more weeks in this thing. Hope you're all doing well. Talk to you.